Did you know that every year, over 3 million Americans aged 60 and above experience falls due to sudden leg weakness? Many of them believed they were still strong. This isn't just about getting older and weaker, it's a wake-up call. Ignoring it might lead to losing your independence sooner than expected. Hello, I'm Dr. Ilan Balance. I've been a physician specializing in internal medicine for more than 60 years, and I'm 92 years old this year. Yes, you heard that right, 92. But I can still walk to my garden every morning without assistance, and I can sit down and stand up with ease. This isn't due to luck. It's thanks to my knowledge of nutrition and neurology, which I'll share with you today. In this video, we'll discuss why our legs become weak. It's not just about age. We'll cover the early warning signs that many overlook and, most importantly, a simple breakfast habit that can rejuvenate your muscles and nerves in just a few days. If you're worried because your legs shake when you stand, or you're afraid that one day you might not be able to walk independently, please stay with me until the end of this video. I believe you'll discover hope and practical solutions that you truly deserve. Before we begin, I have a small request. If you find this topic important, please click the like button and subscribe to our channel so you won't miss the latest science-based tips on healthy aging. And if you have a loved one over 60, write "I want to know" in the comments. We will send you more free and helpful materials. If you pay close attention, you'll notice that the signs of weakening legs don't appear all at once like a sudden storm. They quietly slip in day by day. At first, it might be a slight unsteady feeling when stepping down a small ledge. Over time, the stairs may seem taller, each step feels heavier, and every morning your knees or calves feel stiff, taking a few minutes to feel comfortable again. Many older adults describe an image like this. You're sitting on the sofa and decide to stand up for a glass of water, but you grip the armrest tightly and silently count 1, 2, 3 before daring to rise. Sometimes your legs tremble as if you've forgotten how to control them. If you've ever felt this way, you're not alone. In a survey of over 3,000 people aged 55 and above, more than 70% said they felt their legs losing strength over the past 5 years, even with regular meals and occasional gentle exercise. This issue not only affects your movement, but also quietly erodes your confidence, the fear of falling, the fear of becoming a burden to your children, and the fear of losing your ability to care for yourself. And slowly, each step becomes more cautious. Each time you stand up, it feels a bit slower than before. Many people have shared with me that they always thought their legs were weak because they didn't exercise enough. They blamed themselves for being lazy, but even when they tried to walk every morning, they didn't feel much better. This is something many doctors used to assume too, that muscle weakness was simply a natural result of aging and not moving enough. However, recent science has shown that the truth is more complex. Think about this for a moment. If it were only because of age, why are there people in their 70s who still walk confidently, climb stairs, and shop for groceries on their own? The answer lies in the delicate signals that flow between your brain and your muscles. These signals are like tiny electric currents that guide every step you take, every time you sit down or stand up. Unfortunately, most of us have never been taught about this. The most important thing to know is that the strength in your legs doesn't disappear overnight. It fades gradually, like gentle waves washing away the shore. You can feel these waves each time you move. But here's the good news. If you can recognize these changes early and learn how to rebuild the connection between your brain and your muscles, your body has an amazing ability to recover, no matter your age. You might be thinking, if my legs are weak, I just need to be more careful when I walk. It can't be that dangerous. But the truth is, it's not only about moving slowly or feeling tired now and then. It's a warning sign of a chain reaction, like falling dominoes, that many people don't see until it's too late. Imagine your body as a house. Your legs are the foundation. When that foundation starts to wobble, the walls begin to crack, and the roof no longer feels steady. For your body, this means your overall health starts to crumble piece by piece. Why does this happen? Because your legs do much more than help you move. They keep your blood flowing, support a strong heart, help your lungs take deep breaths, and deliver oxygen to your brain. When you let weak leg muscles continue without support, the first big danger is falling. According to the World Health Organization, falls are the leading cause of serious injuries in people over 60 years old. Just one simple fall in the bathroom or while stepping off a curb can break your hip. And the most concerning part is that nearly 50% of older adults who break a hip never walk normally again. But that's not where it ends. When you start fearing a fall, you begin to limit yourself. You walk less and join fewer family activities. Over time, your muscles shrink, your bones grow fragile, and your heart and lungs lose strength. Some studies have even found that losing leg strength is directly linked to memory decline and depression. Every step that feels weaker not only affects your body, but it can also impact your spirit and mind. Many people quietly share a deep concern. They worry about the day they might not be able to get out of bed on their own, or go to the bathroom without help, or might have to rely on their children for everything. This feeling of losing independence and dignity, and the fear of becoming a burden, is common among older adults, though it's rarely spoken out loud. If you're noticing early signs like standing up slowly, trembling legs, or struggling with stairs, this is a crucial time to take action. Address these issues before they turn into bigger challenges, because the longer you wait, the harder it will be for your body to bounce back. Once you lose the ability to move independently, regaining it becomes much more difficult. Throughout your life, you've probably heard the saying that as you age, your legs naturally grow weak. It's so familiar that many people just accept it as truth. But today, I want to clarify something. That's not the whole truth. If age were the only reason for weak legs, then why do we see people in their 70s or 80s who still walk every morning, tend to their gardens, and carry their grandchildren without fatigue? Why do some at the same age struggle to step over a doorway while others stay strong and steady? The answer lies in a fact that's often not clearly explained. Muscle strength and balance are not just about age. They also heavily depend on how your brain communicates with your body. Think of your muscles as a team of workers waiting for instructions. Your brain and spinal cord are like the supervisor sending out those instructions. When you're young, the signals travel fast and clear. You only need to think about standing up and your legs immediately respond. However, after age 50, many factors from poor nutrition and less movement to a decline in certain neurotransmitters can cause these signals to fade and slow down. It's like using a walkie-talkie with a weak battery. That's why some people say, "I still go for walks, so why are my legs still weak?" Exercising alone isn't enough if the signals from your brain to your muscles have started to break down. You can be as active as you like, but if the communication line is faulty, your muscles won't receive clear instructions to work and repair themselves. Another common misunderstanding is thinking that just eating enough protein will keep your muscles strong. But the reality is, after 50, your body needs more than you might expect, especially certain nutrients that act like switches to trigger muscle repair and renewal. If you're not getting enough of certain nutrients that most diets often miss, eating meat, fish, or eggs alone won't help your body rebuild muscle. But don't feel discouraged. This is actually good news. Understanding the real reasons behind muscle weakness allows you to address the issue effectively. The great news is that recent studies show you can naturally enhance the connection between your brain and muscles using simple, safe methods. These strategies have already helped many older adults regain strength and stability in their legs within just a few days to weeks. Learning that weak legs aren't solely due to aging might make you wonder if it's about weakened signals from the brain. Can those signals be strengthened? The answer is yes, and it's simpler than you might think. In recent years, large research teams worldwide have been exploring the important link between nutrition and the nervous system that manages your muscles. Out of the hundreds of nutrients studied, researchers have identified a special group that can reactivate nerve signals, almost like waking up your legs in just a few hours. Instead of relying on medications or costly exercise equipment, this approach focuses on a common food often overlooked or skipped at breakfast. It's not an exotic ingredient, but a natural source of essential amino acids and B vitamins. These nutrients act like switches, helping your nervous system send clearer, stronger messages to your muscles. Imagine it like this. Your muscles are small lamps scattered around a room. When the power is low, the lights dim and the room feels dark. But when you boost the electricity, meaning the nutrients that enhance nerve communication, the lights shine brightly again. Remarkably, this process doesn't take months. In fact, it can take as little as 6 to 12 hours to start noticing your legs becoming steadier and your reflexes sharper. A study published in the Journal of Clinical Nutrition in 2023 surprised the medical community. Participants over 50 were given a moderate serving of this food in the evening, and by the next morning, their muscle recovery markers and leg reflex speed improved significantly. Some even felt like their legs had awakened after a long rest. Sometimes, the solution isn't far away. It's not a complex workout that feels daunting when you're tired, nor is it costly medication. Instead of considering risky surgery, you can adopt a simple habit right in your own kitchen. You might be wondering what this food is and how it works. Rest assured, you'll learn all the details shortly. This is the key that has already helped thousands of older adults regain their strength, confidence, and independence. Today, I want to share a true story about a woman from Wisconsin, USA. Her name is Carol, and she is 68 years old. Carol loved staying active, tending to her garden, and walking her dog around the neighborhood. But gradually, her legs started to let her down. It began subtly. One morning, as Carol stepped off her porch, her left leg seemed unresponsive. She had to grab the railing to prevent a fall. Initially, she thought it was due to a poor night's sleep, but soon these incidents became frequent. Each time she stood from a chair, her legs trembled. Even her evening walks left her feeling as if she had climbed a steep hill. Fear crept in. Carol worried about falling with no one around to help and feared becoming a burden to her daughter. The physical discomfort was overshadowed by the loss of confidence, even as she thought, I guess I'm just getting old. This happens to everyone. Then, one day, while watching a local health program, Carol heard a doctor explain that weak legs aren't solely due to aging. They can also occur when the brain signals to the muscles weaken due to a lack of certain nutrients. The program highlighted the importance of a protein rich in leucine, an amino acid that helps rebuild muscle, and choline, which enhances nerve signals. Initially skeptical, Carol questioned how a simple breakfast could change what she'd been struggling with for years. But she realized if she didn't try, she'd never know. The following morning, Carol started a new routine. She ate 2 whole eggs, including the yolks, and had a glass of whey protein shake. That was it. To her surprise, within a week, she noticed a difference. For the first time in years, she could step off her porch without clutching the railing. She walked further and felt more confident. It was like my body finally heard me, she shared, her voice filled with emotion. Carol's story isn't a miracle. It demonstrates the power of reviving those forgotten biological signals with the right nutrition and simple daily habits. You might be wondering what happened inside Carol's body that made her legs feel strong again so quickly. To understand this, let's explore 2 key processes that can help your legs regain their strength. The first process involves leucine, a special amino acid found in high-quality proteins like whey protein and eggs. Imagine your muscles as bricks in a wall. When you were younger, your body naturally repaired this wall daily through regular meals. However, after age 50, your body gradually loses the ability to respond to the signals to rebuild those bricks. Leucine acts like a switch that turns the repair signal back on. By consuming around 5 to 3 grams of leucine at a time, your body starts a process called anabolic signaling, which instructs your muscle cells to repair and rebuild. Without leucine, even with ample protein intake, the switch remains off. This is why Carol and many other older adults noticed their legs getting stronger when they added leucine-rich protein to their breakfast. Morning is when your body is most prepared for muscle renewal. The second process, which is less commonly known, is the nerve signal that controls your muscles. Every time you think about standing up, your brain sends an electrical message through your nerves to your muscle fibers. For this message to travel quickly and clearly, your body needs acetylcholine, a neurotransmitter. As we age, our bodies produce less acetylcholine, causing signals from the brain to the muscles to weaken and slow down, like a walkie-talkie running out of battery. This is why many older adults feel their legs react sluggishly when they try to move. Choline, found in large amounts in egg yolks, is the raw material your body uses to create acetylcholine. By eating 2 whole eggs with the yolks each morning, Carol was getting over 300 milligrams of choline, which helped her body produce more acetylcholine and strengthen those nerve signals, allowing her brain and muscles to communicate clearly again. The result? As her nerve signals grew stronger and her muscles were switched on to repair themselves simultaneously, her legs became not only stronger, but also quicker and steadier. This is why Carol and many others noticed a change in just a few days to a week. The key takeaway is that combining leucine and choline creates a powerful effect. One rebuilds your muscles, and the other restores the communication line between your brain and your body. Without both working together, the results will never be complete. Now that you understand the importance of leucine and choline, you're probably wondering what you should eat and do each day. The good news is, you don't need a complicated or expensive diet. With just a few familiar foods and some simple habits, you can help reactivate the signals that rebuild your muscles and strengthen your nerves. First, let's talk about leucine, which plays a key role in muscle rebuilding. Foods rich in leucine are easier to find than you might think. The best source is whey protein isolate, a high-quality protein powder you can buy at most large supermarkets or pharmacies. In 1 scoop, about 25 to 30 grams, you already get around 2.5 to 3 grams of leucine. Research shows this amount can help trigger muscle repair after the age of 50. If you're not used to whey protein, you can replace it with chicken breast, salmon, or lean beef. Just remember, you'll need a larger serving, about 150 to 200 grams, to get the same amount of leucine. A simpler way is to mix a whey protein shake with a light breakfast. It's quick, easy to digest, and very effective. Next is choline, a building block your body uses to make acetylcholine, which helps your brain send clear signals to your muscles. The richest source of choline is still egg yolks. Just 2 whole eggs with the yolks give you over 300 milligrams of choline, enough to boost your nervous system each day. You can boil them, poach them, or cook them in a little oil, whatever you prefer. If you don't eat eggs, other options include soybeans, Brussels sprouts, or chicken liver, but you'll need to eat more of them to reach the same amount of choline. Another helpful ingredient is natural nitrate found in beetroot. When your body absorbs nitrate, it turns into nitric oxide, which helps open up your blood vessels and move blood into your muscles more easily. 1 glass of beetroot juice, about 250 to 300 milliliters, taken in the morning or before light activity, has been shown to help older adults feel lighter on their feet and react faster within just a few hours. Besides nutrition, gentle movement every morning is also very important. After your breakfast rich in leucine and choline, spend 10 to 15 minutes walking around your home or simply stand up and sit down in a chair several times. This helps your muscles practice responding to the fresh signals from your brain. To keep it simple, here's what your morning could look like. Drink 1 glass of beetroot juice, eat 2 whole eggs with the yolks, have 1 glass of whey protein shake, and take a gentle walk for 10 to 15 minutes. After just 5 to 7 days, many older adults have reported that their legs felt lighter, they could stand up faster, and they walked with more confidence. The most important thing is not to do everything at once or push too hard. It's to stay consistent every day, so your body has time to remember and rebuild the connections that have faded over the years. By now, you might be thinking, this all sounds promising. How can you turn these ideas into a daily habit? Trust me, not everyone can change everything overnight. That's why it's crucial to start small and remain consistent. Let me share a simple morning routine that has worked well for many older adults in the United States. You won't need any special equipment or spend much money. Just a little preparation the night before is all it takes. Step 1. Prepare the night before. In the evening, set out 2 eggs, your whey protein container, a cup or bottle for mixing, and if you have it, 1 beetroot or a bottle of beetroot juice in the fridge. When everything is ready ahead of time, your morning will be smoother and you'll avoid searching for ingredients. Step 2. Start your day with beetroot juice. Upon waking, drink a glass of water first, then have about 250-300 ml of beetroot juice. If you don't have juice, you can boil or roast beetroot the night before and enjoy it with your breakfast. This step helps improve blood flow to your muscles, enhancing nerve signals and nutrient delivery. Step 3. Prepare your recovery breakfast. While the juice takes effect for 10 to 15 minutes, cook your 2 eggs with the yolks. You can boil or lightly poach them. For a change in flavor, try frying them with a little oil and spinach or leafy greens to add extra vitamins and natural nitrate. Next, mix 1 scoop of whey protein powder with about 200 to 250 milliliters of cold water or unsweetened milk and stir it well. Step 4. Eat your breakfast. Slowly and enjoy it. Take about 10 to 15 minutes to eat calmly. Remember, this breakfast is not just about filling your stomach. It's your time to help your body repair itself and feel renewed. Step 5. Do gentle movement. After breakfast, spend 10 to 15 minutes walking around your house, in your yard, or down the hallway. If walking is challenging, simply stand up and sit down in a chair 5 to 10 times, or practice gentle leg stretches. The goal is to help your muscles respond to the nourishment you've just provided. Step 6. Listen to your body and be patient. Don't expect immediate miracles. However, most people who follow this habit for 5 to 7 days start to feel their legs become lighter, quicker, and more confident. If it feels like too much, start with just the eggs and a gentle walk. You can add whey protein or beetroot juice later, after a week or 2. Every small step you take is worthwhile. Most importantly, think of this not as a strict diet, but as a daily ritual of self-care, a little gift you give yourself each morning. Do you know what the most wonderful thing I have witnessed after sharing this knowledge for so many years has been? These are touching stories of recovery from people who once thought, "I guess there is no hope left for me." Let's meet Margaret, a 73-year-old from Oregon. For 5 years, she was almost too afraid to step into her own garden alone. Each time she stood up, her legs shook terribly, and her heart raced with the fear of falling. She once wrote, "I miss those mornings when I could water my flowers with my own hands. Now, just stepping over the doorstep feels terrifying." Then, Margaret decided to try the recovery breakfast. Just 2 eggs, a glass of whey protein, and 10 minutes of gentle walking. She didn't believe it would change anything, but decided to try anyway. She thought, "At worst, I'm only eating 2 more eggs. I have nothing to lose." After the first week, she sent me a handwritten letter with a line I will never forget. "This morning, I stepped down the porch without holding onto the railing. I cried because I was happy and because I wished I had known this sooner. And Margaret isn't the only one." Meet James, a 67-year-old retired railroad worker from Illinois. After retirement, he moved less and less. His muscles shrank, and his legs felt as heavy as lead. He thought he would spend the rest of his days just sitting in a chair. But after his son introduced him to whey protein and a breakfast rich in choline, he made it a daily habit. After 3 weeks, he could walk 2 full laps around his neighborhood without stopping to rest. James said something powerful. "I didn't get my youth back, but I got back my confidence. I feel like I have the right to be in charge of my own body again." Then there's Helen, 75, from California. She had fallen into depression because she was so afraid of falling. She stopped going grocery shopping and no longer went to the park with her friends. But with one small change, adding more leafy greens rich in nitrate and drinking beetroot juice each morning, she felt her legs grow lighter. They stopped locking up every time she tried to stand. "I know it's not a miracle," she said. "My body was just waiting for the right signal to recover." If you see yourself in these stories, know you are not alone. Many people have felt the same fear, believing it was too late, but they proved the opposite with one small step each day. Your body can still remember how to be strong. If Margaret, James, and Helen could do it, you can begin too. You don't have to be perfect. You only need to be patient and trust that your body still has the power to heal, no matter your age or how many years have passed. If you've stayed with me to these final moments, I believe there is something stirring inside you. Perhaps it's a glimmer of a hope you thought was gone. Maybe it's a quiet question. Can I really do this? Let me reassure you from the bottom of my heart, you absolutely can. It doesn't matter how old you are, how many opportunities you feel you've missed, or who has told you that weak legs are just part of aging. You've discovered a truth many never realize. Your body remembers how to be strong. It just needs your signal to reactivate. Picture a morning not too far away. You wake up, place your feet on the floor, and feel your legs stronger than the day before. You rise without needing support, walk those first steps without hesitation or fear, and soon you'll find yourself enjoying the little things again, brewing your own cup of coffee, confidently strolling through the garden, or taking a leisurely walk with your grandchild without frequent pauses for breath. These simple moments are true freedom and dignity, the real joys of aging. You don't have to wait for the perfect moment to start. Begin today with a breakfast rich in leucine and choline, a glass of beetroot juice, 2 eggs, a scoop of whey protein, and a few peaceful minutes of gentle walking. These small actions can lead to changes greater than you ever imagined. If you're sitting there with a heavy heart, know you are not alone. In this community, thousands of older adults have traveled this path. They have faced the same doubts and fears, wondering if they are helpless. But they chose to believe their bodies deserve care, respect, and love. Today, I invite you to embrace that belief too. If you're ready, leave a comment below with just one word: ready. Share your story, because your words might brighten someone else's life. If this video has touched you, please click follow and share it with someone you love. Sometimes, one piece of information at the right moment can change a life. Growing older doesn't mean growing weaker or living in fear. It can be a time of newfound strength when you choose to rise step by step, reclaiming your life on your terms. Thank you for being here, for listening, and for your courage. Remember, you are stronger than you think.